Birthday Party, a Roblox game made in 2020 by the user Boy I Sure Love Jesus, which is poetic due to the themes it covers. Her description reads, "It still haunts me, it always will, but I am stronger now." Currently the game is unplayable and under review. This is because of the graphic imagery it holds. Entering the experience, the words "never forget" are displayed and you spawn outside a house with joyful birthday music playing in the background. At first glance, everything seems normal, which is bad for children who may accidentally stumble upon this game. Going inside, everything soon changes as you approach the people surrounding the table. Everyone turns grey, and the music abruptly ends. Through the kitchen, you are able to enter the garage. A noose is hung to the ceiling with a stool underneath. This obviously is related to suicide and is creepy for anyone who will come across it. Roblox has always been a platform aimed for children, so imagine a young child coming across this disturbing scene. The noose is meant to send you to another game, but at this moment of time, the experience is restricted. Going to the other side of the house, crying and some kind of demonic chanting can be heard. Playing the piano jump scares you with loud noises. And the room that follows has a cupboard with something very sinister within. A figure that seems to resemble Jesus is crucified, blood pouring out of his hands, feet and chest. In this room there is a letter with a cipher that can be decoded. The passage states, "I never liked him. I tried to tell my mum, but she said I was just being rude." Clearly something is happening to the writer, and their mother seems to be very dismissive of what is going on. We can also enter the bathroom, where the bath is filled with blood and a coat hanger is positioned in the corner. What this most likely symbolises is an abortion, as it is well known that coat hangers were used to perform one by oneself. This bath also used to transport you to another place, but not anymore. Final room we enter is a room that has the birthday girl, or the creator of this game, in the corner with a dark figure towering over her with an upside down red cross on its back. Approaching, we are killed, and the grey figures surround the beast. These greyed out people must represent the creator's family, who are clearly negligent to what was going on with her. But finally, they have found this beast, who actually symbolises a priest, a man who should be trusted as he's a follower of God, who has sexually assaulted this poor girl. We are transported to the final room with a cop car outside, clearly to take away the priest. There is a passage on the table that reads, "It may not have been the first time, but it was finally the last time." The creator's traumatic cycle has ended. She is free from the abusive nature of the priest, but what he did to her will haunt her forever. The idea of priests taking advantage of children is not unheard of and often joked about in many types of media, but in reality, it's a very dark situation that often occurs. Roblox has evolved from a website that allowed you to play funny minigames with friends into a full-fledged game engine that allows any user to create amazing experiences for other players. When you think of Roblox, you would believe it to be aimed at children, but obviously the original player base has grown up, and Roblox has grown up with it by including an 18+ section, which isn't anything explicit, but allows users to converse with each other freely.
Why are you scared of me?
Just stay over there! Stay over there! Stay over there! Stay over there! Stay over there!
However, through Roblox history, there are a few games that have fallen through the cracks that show some dark imagery that would creep out anyone. Games that shouldn't be allowed for children to easily access. Today, I'm going to dig deep and explore some of the creepiest games that you can find on Roblox. Severance is a game that doesn't try to hide the fact that it's a horror game. The story starts with you waking up and needing to eat. There is a letter on the bedside table that seems to have someone at a picnic, but they are scribbled out. We can then go to the bathroom and look at our reflection. Look how good we look. The music that accompanies us is very relaxing and provides a sense of safety and comfort. Eating from our fridge, we can then go to watch TV. Our focus is diverted outside. What at first startled me thinking someone was going to be outside, but it's just our character realising it's nighttime. So like most people, we go to sleep. What follows is a dream sequence of a white corridor with a white staircase. That is it for now, nothing major. We repeat the same day cycle, waking up, looking in the mirror. Wait! Is that someone behind us? We then eat and then watch TV. Going back to bed, we dream once more. We see more of this white room, but again, it's nothing major. We repeat the same day cycle once more. It seems like our protagonist has nothing else to do with his time and just does the same meaningless tasks daily. The next dream though is slightly more eventful. We see a long white corridor with a room at the end. There is a person, a woman with no face. We are told to wake up. The house is in darkness, and the music has stopped. We look in the reflection. Blood is dripping out of our eyes as we smile with murderous intent. Watching TV, something talks to us.
Hello, How long has it been? 3 days. 7 weeks. You need to let her go. You need to let her go. Just let her go.
A woman from outside is watching us, not the one from the dream. This woman has black hair, not blonde. We are told to let her go. We then fall asleep. Our dream, or whatever this is, shows the same woman entering our home and watching us sleep. Waking up, the objective is in cursive font. Wake up is now our objective, and this doesn't mean from sleep, but wake up to the situation about this person we are not letting go of is gone. Watching TV, we are told to wake up. As we turn to the right, the woman quickly appears before disappearing. We are told not to open the door, but in doing so, the text states if we are sure. Going down the stairs, we enter the basement. A photo is on the side of the picnic we saw earlier, but not scratched out now. It shows Claire, the girl from our dream, clearly from our past. There is also a letter here that reads, "Hi, can't stay with you anymore. Things aren't working out. Sorry, C." This is clearly from Claire, and she was our girlfriend that seems to have broken up with us. Is she the person we need to let go? Going through the next door, classical music starts to play, and the black hair girl is there in a white room. Are you Claire? No, but that's okay. You're not alone. Let's go to bed. It ends with us sleeping in our bed, and the corpse of this unknown woman laying in the other. This is the denial ending. The ending to the game is quite confusing as we don't get a clear understanding on who this woman is and what actually happened to Claire. Nonetheless, this is very creepy and would scare a lot of bedwetting kids if they came across it. You can also get the truth ending if instead of opening the door, you go back to bed. We are now in a dark corridor, and the same photograph and letter can be found. At the end, there is a missing person poster for the unknown woman, and then we are jump scared by a disturbing looking version of Claire. Again, this doesn't really explain what happened to her, and who is this black haired woman. Is she the rebound of the main character, who after he realised she could live up to Claire, he murdered and for some reason kept the corpse? Does this final jump scare mean that Claire realised and then she killed him or something? I don't know. It's not very conclusive in the slightest. Now, Fashion Diva. A game at the forefront is a dressing up game where you make up an outfit according to the theme and present it to the audience. Looking at it, you would not believe it to be disturbing or creepy in the slightest, but there is a very dark rabbit hole to this game that is only accessible if you know about it going in. I actually found out about this little horror ARG by the channel Darflow, so check them out. To get started, in the chat, all we have to ask is, are there any bots? This will transport us to a dark VHS looking world where you should be able to investigate, but for me it was bugged. It ends with you getting kicked from the experience after getting a look at some creepy looking Roblox face of a woman. Clearly, we are scared of women. Jump scares bloody loud as well. The game clearly tried to catch you off guard. Now, why is asking the question, are there any bots relevant? Well, if we look at the Fashion Diva page, we can see there is an 8-player server limit, which is weird since there are so many more people walking around and talking in chat. So clearly there are bots within Fashion Diva. Also looking into the game's description, we can start to see that a lot of the letters are capitalized, and if we write them out, it gives us a message that states, "Is this working? Can you hear me?" Someone seems to be trying to reach out to us, but who? We can also look into the developer's description and see the same capitalized letters within their description. This spells out there are bots. Help us. Finally, in the Fashion Diva icon page for the game, there's a message that states Gateway. But what does this all mean? Going back into the game, we can actually do a bit of exploring, and if we go to the roof of the starting building, we can actually enter a room. It's pretty empty apart from a face on the wall, same one from the jump scare earlier, saying I need a gateway. Clicking on it turns everything dark and changes our face to the one on the wall. Very creepy. Going back into the lobby, messages can be found throughout. They promised me so much. I was so young. I tried to teleport out. Didn't work as well. He keeps deleting my messages. I'm trying to find a way to communicate. I'm trapped. Please help me. I see everything. I am everything. He's coming. And I need to find a way to hide these. Someone seems to be trying to communicate with the outside world from wherever they are trapped, but their captor, this mysterious man, is deleting the messages. Now going back to the developers page, we can see they have created a few more experiences, but there are 2 that are reported for this ARG, being the runway and daycare. Going into Clean's runway and avatar creator is very similar to the main game, but it is a single player experience where you can customize your character freely. However, in this game, we can find an ad between a haul of accessories that says, seeking child fashion models. Think you have what it takes to slay the runway? We hope so. We are seeking charismatic young stars to walk our runways and serve stunning looks. Interested? Contact us on our website at... The rest of the message is cut off. Text starts to appear at the bottom saying that this looks interesting and I should give them a call. What relevance does this have, you may be asking? Well, my guess is that the person reaching out called this ad and became a model for the agency, but they must have been taken advantage of and now are trapped somewhere. Now we can play daycare. and this game is pretty annoying and weird at the same time. To actually do anything, you have to be a scientist. We have to wait a while for someone to leave to actually submit yourself as one. When you finally have the capability of becoming a scientist, you can kidnap one of the patients and take them to a gas chamber. Here you can change the toxin color and intensity. There is also a kill button. Like, what the hell? Anyway, if you input certain numbers that are found within the main game, patient starts to repeat the same phrase. I'm a fashion icon. So what does this mean? Well, clearly this fashion agency kidnapped children and turned them into fashion drones that are willing to do whatever is asked of them. The final thing we can do now is return to Fashion Diva and go back into the VHS world. When exploring, you can start to realise that this is a dark version of the avatar creator, and when finding where the model advert was, it repeats, contact us. Clicking on it takes us to the survey. Welcome. We are glad to see you here. Before we begin, we would like to know about you. I'm ready. You don't know what you're doing. Do you have a family? No. Friends at least? Not one. Do you have anyone you can contact? Sadly, no. Are you a child? Yup. That's amazing. How does it feel being so youthful? Feels pretty great, haha. Are you excited for this opportunity? Absolutely. Great to hear. Seems like you fit all our qualifications. You're pretty special. Alright, meet us at... Welcome. It is okay. Everyone feels nervous on the first day. Here, follow. They should all be asleep. Where we find ourselves now is back within Fashion Diva, but not as a player, but one of the many bots that inhabit the game. We are now suffering the same fate as the person that was trying to reach out. The main takeaway from this ARG and the story behind it is some modelling agency is coercing children into becoming models, but secretly they're turning them into brainless bots that inhabit the many Fashion Diva servers as fashion icons. Why? There isn't a definite answer, but the belief that maybe the gamers don't have a lot of traction, so the creator inhabits them with bots to make it seem more active than it actually is. When playing this next game, Red World, you would not believe you are playing Roblox, as it looks absolutely nothing like it. This experience was made by Reed Steer and has been updated in the last year. The atmosphere it creates is very different to everything else on this list, mainly due to the fact that everything is red. There was once a creepypasta that accompanied the game. As of now, the wiki page has been hacked by some Nesbit, but I will leave a link in the description that talks about it if you're interested. Anyway, starting the game, we are given a message. My voice? Can you hear it? I'll be waiting for you at the very bottom. The first layer we come across is named Pillars, and this is because when walking along the path, giant beams are presented in complex and irregular ways. Just walking through the area is unnerving in itself. There are no jump scares as of now, but just the sound of our footsteps is creepy enough to keep us on our toes. We take a platform across that leads to a giant hall where we have to complete a platforming puzzle. We can do this by moving a box to create a stairway, to then move another box and a staircase to allow us to continue further into the Red World. This leads us to a great dome with an elevator in the middle. We can use this to go deeper, hopefully to find whoever is connected to this voice. We are now at layer 2, which is a very short area, but what this place inhabits makes it so much scarier. Obviously with the name, you expect to see giant bridges in the background. However, I'm more focused on what is right in front of me. Behind what seems to be another elevator to go even deeper is a shadowy figure. It doesn't move at all apart from its aura that seems to shift around it. We can approach ever so slowly, but it does not react one bit. Approaching, an ellipsis of dialogue appears at the very bottom. I have no clue what this is, but thankfully it is not hostile. We now take the elevator into the next layer. Many souls who have perished in this layer now roam endlessly as a raging flame, searching for new victims. The layer we are now in is known as the maze, and I hate mazes. Going left, right, forward, backwards, we can find some sort of flame that is burning behind a gate, probably the one that we have been warned about. To the right is a chain that we can interact with, but in doing so, the flame has now been released and is hunting us. Moving back and using the room to get around it, we can carry on exploring the maze without the hassle of the flame. To carry on to the next layer, we need to open this massive gate. To do so, we need to find 2 more chains like the one previous. We do this by entering the rooms on the left and right to find them. When interacting with both, we can now enter the giant archway that leads us to the 4th layer, Dollhouse. This layer is nothing like the first 3, as this one is no longer red. This dollhouse has white walls and a black floor. When walking through, we are not allowed to enter any of the rooms, and it seems like we're stuck in a loop. However, there is a painting on the wall displaying a tree, and when getting close, our focus is drawn to it. Nothing happens, but when completing another loop, the entrance door seems to have disappeared. The loop is changing. Where the painting just was, there is a door, but we are not allowed to enter. The entrance door has returned, but this time we are allowed to go in, leading us down. Opening another door, there is static, our eyesight is taken, and then we are in a dark room. There is a peephole, and when looking through, it is pitch black apart from one lamp. The light turns on briefly before going back out. A face can be seen on the lampshade. We can turn around to re-enter the loop. However, this time, a chilling background noise can be heard. The first time the unnerving silence has been broken. We come across a red door, and when entering, the lamp is here, with a teddy bear beside it. Finding another red door, there is a cupboard, and inside is the same teddy bear. Going back upstairs, there's another red door, where the teddy bear sits right in the middle. We finally find ourselves going down another flight of stairs to enter the unknown layer. However, apparently this place is unfamiliar, and our soul is not ready to traverse this path, so we are kicked. This is the end of Red World to my knowledge. Maybe more to it, there was nothing I could find. Even though there was nothing chasing us and nothing actually here to scare us, the unnerving atmosphere of Red World is enough to send chills down your spine. Sad Satan is a recreation of an actual game by the same title, which itself is very disturbing as it used subliminal imagery that flashed on your screen to scare you. What was even more disturbing is that the imagery used in the actual game contained child pornography and other graphic photos of mutilated corpses. However, in the Roblox recreation, the images that are shown, even though being from the actual game, are only the ones that are safe for work. I actually explored this game with a group of friends, which caused some very funny moments.
Come on, I don't look at it.
Why aren't you coming with
Spooky.
me?
Andy, just go down here.
You go in there.
No, you go there first, man. You pulled the short straw.
I hear weird. You're coming? Okay, someone else overtake me now.
I'm good.
Come down here.
No.
Come down here. Sad Satan is just a maze with blood smeared across the walls. There are also loud sounds that cause discomfort as the images pop on the screen. Finishing the maze, there is a satanic pentagram that leads to the game Happy God, the opposite of Sad Satan, obviously. This again is just another maze, but not as scary as the previous. Finishing the maze, you're confronted by Jesus, and either get the bad ending by falling and being sent back to Sad Satan, or get the good ending by going on the invisible path, talk to Jesus, and fall in the good hole. The final game on this list is Dress to Impress, because for some reason fashion Roblox developers love adding horror lore within their games. Dress to Impress is one of the biggest games of the platform right now, with literally every streamer playing it at the moment, even the Earthquake creator Queso.
Yes! Slide off on him!
In the game, you are dressing up your model to work well against the main theme, and then judge other people's outfits. My favourite thing to do is to bully everyone else, as I know they are probably just children who deserve a bit of humbling. Again, this game has some dark secrets that can be found within. When designing your model, you're able to change their nail colour at a specific station with the help of the nail technician, Lana. Behind her, however, are missing posters, which is strange to have just displayed in a game like this. On the shelf beside her is also a diary repeating how she loves her job and that the world crumbles around her. There is also a user ID we can copy to put into the search bar for Roblox to get the player Lana Does Nails. Also around the Dress to Impress lobby, we can find secret rooms like this fleshy area with a key and the name Lana, and also a hallway in the winner's room with some ritualistic symbol. You can also see a creepy head peeking out in certain places. In Lana's favourites, there are multiple creepy games like Forest, The Fortress, and Sanadigan's Gallery. There's also the Meat Room and Questionnaire, but the first is inaccessible, whilst the latter is not very relevant to my knowledge. First, let's enter The Forest. Immediately entering, this has a completely different vibe to the base game, as everything is pure red with smoke everywhere. The background music adds more to the creepy aesthetic. Going through, words flash on the screen like Doppelganger, Awakening, Find Me, and so forth. Walking through, pictures of Lana are displayed, and when getting further in, figures that look similar to Lana start to chase and hunt you down. However, if you manage to get to the end, you find yourself at some ritual summoning circle that needs 4 players to activate. This will transport you to the maze. God, I hate mazes. Here, we need to follow the paintings of Lana, whilst avoiding her doppelgangers that are hidden within the flowers. When completing the maze, there is a message hidden behind binary that states, "You may have finished the trials, but the evil still lurks throughout. This is not the end. There will be chaos." Another game that can be explored is The Fortress, which seems to be a massive mansion that again has paintings of Lana throughout. This place seems to be a sanctuary for the group Sodade, an uprising force against evil created by Lana, a rebellion group that can be found on the Lana Roblox page. In The Fortress, you're able to find posters discussing a man in people's dreams. Going down some stairs, you find a blocked door and told to call out a message, "Bestow me the truth." This will allow you to go through. You are then told to answer what is coming. This is Plague. What we enter is a containment room that seems to be a sort of experiment on watching someone with the phrase, "Get me out of this body." body. The word plague is especially important as I'm guessing that's what Lana is fighting against. Some sort of illness is coming due to the evils of the world. The last game we can explore is Sanigan's Gallery. This is a long corridor of photos that we can investigate. Some show Lana with some sort of disfigured creature watching over her. We can also see graves for girls called Sadie and Jayla with phrases saying, "I am the real Lana and I don't know where I am." The phrase "don't go too far" starts to appear and there are more and more of the same pictures of Lana. A tag is next to one of the pictures telling us that Lana is the one who tells the truth and who we should trust. Then again telling us that this Lana is the real one and not the one in the chair. The one in Dress to Impress is a doppelganger. Then again telling us that Lana is a vessel and we'll meet her soon. Going too far down this corridor, we are jump scared by a ginormous creature, kicks us out the experience for going too deep. For being a silly little dress-up game, there's a lot of deep unnerving lore that's so fun to analyse. There's not anything more to it at the moment, but I would not be surprised if we get more and more as time goes by for how popular the game is. So there you have it, 6 of the creepiest and disturbing games you can find within Roblox. Try them out for yourself and see if you are brave enough. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please consider subscribing for future videos. Keep on living, have a damn good day, and bye for now.